Myers-Briggs has identified INFP, the Idealist, as your personality type. You worked for harmony and authenticity in your relationship with others. And you're perfectionists who rarely allow yourself to feel successful. Although you're very talented and work to make things perfect, you'll have a tendency to never allow yourself to feel that way. You're keenly aware of your failures and can produce wonderful works of art, music, and literature. And you need to remember that because you'll have a tendency to focus on your failures rather than what you can actually do. And your talents in these areas are unprecedented with other personality types and other types of people. You can produce wonderful works of art, music, and literature, and the act of creating will be a fulfilling source of renewal and refreshment for you. So as you move through life, make sure that you leave yourself time to express yourself creatively. Try to work in the worlds where your creativity will be appreciated and where you can act it out or live it out in a way that's rewarding to you. Beware of, you're extremely aware of social injustice and empathize with the underdog. You have a compassionate and nurturing personality towards the disadvantaged members of our society, and so you see these injustices and you want to come against them and help people that you meet in those worlds. You have a great deal of insight into people's characters. You can look at somebody and meet them, talk to them, and get a real insight into them. You can read them well, and you can see both the positive and the negative, the things that are dangerous in people's character, as well as the things that are positive and can be good for everybody. You have a great tolerance with people who might encounter negative judgment from society. So when you see somebody who gets hurt by society in general, or a minority that is is not socially accepted, or they're hurt by society, you have a tendency to be able to, or an ability to be able to come alongside them, and you want to help them overcome the injustices that they endure in society. You're deep and intelligent. You have the ability to be able to grasp difficult concepts. These things don't get by you. You do well you do well academically. You have the ability to be able to be good at in the school world, and which nourishes you in your need to think deeply. So academically, if you'll study, that'll tend to feed you, to feed that center of you that says that you need to be able to think deeply and be able to understand things at a deep level. You quickly understand different situations and quickly grasp new concepts. You'll be able to do anything that you put your mind to. You have things may seem to come easily to you, and you may let that become something that turns everything easy for you. Well, watch out for when life becomes too easy, because that means that it'll also become boring. So push yourself to learn new things, to grasp new ideas and concepts. You'll be the happiest doing something that seems truly important to you, and especially in this area of helping the disadvantaged and people who don't have it as well. Find ways to express yourself and this idealistic type of personality that you have. You can be a powerful force for social change, so make sure that you position yourself in a way to be able to do that in a political world. Maybe you want to write a blog and keep track of the things that you believe strongly about, and give you an outlet and a way to speak to them. Okay, let's talk about some of the weaknesses. You're sensitive to any kind of criticism. When somebody criticizes, you take it to heart. Just remember that criticism is how we see the areas and weaknesses in our lives that we can correct and work on. Don't take these criticisms personally. Take them as a way that you can build in your life and build and develop into a person that you know that you want to become. You may be skewed or unrealistic about reality, about the way things really are. So make sure that when you're making value judgments about things, that you're basing it on as much as you can on fact, and get input from multiple people so that you can do a good job there. You may be unable to acknowledge things that go against your personal ideas and opinions. You may have a deep feeling about things, but you may have a tendency to resent those things that go against what you really see and how you feel about things. You may see yourself as a victim who are treated unfairly about things when you're really not. You might just be in a situation that it seems that way. So remember to take that into account, that it might be natural for you to feel as a victim. But remember, we're all responsible for the end game, for what happens to us eventually. So learn to take responsibility for the things that happen in your life. You may be unaware of appropriate social behavior with rash outpourings and a bad temper. Just remember that just because something you have a fear that builds up in something, don't let that turn into anger. If you have a fear, turn it inwards into that creativity of yours and allow yourself an outlet to become more creative. You may have a tendency to be eccentric, oblivious to your personal appearance and to maybe what appropriate dress in any situation might be. So learn to understand how to dress appropriately, how to not be oblivious to your appearance. Make sure that you stay well groomed and watch your hygiene, because you'll have a tendency to think that that's fairly unimportant. Because after all, you are an idealist. You think things through real well, and you're constantly in that mode. Just remember, let yourself out of that world and to stay comfortable in the area of not only your personal hygiene, but how you dress and your appearance and how you look to people. You may value your own opinions way above those of others, and remember that that you need to focus on what other people's needs are, as well as what you need. So you may be overwhelmed with tension and stress when somebody expresses disagreement with you. Just remember, again, when somebody disagrees with you, when they're critical, take that into account and take it into the mix. Don't take it personally. You may judge those that you perceive are oppressive or suppressive to others. Again, make your judgments based upon facts and data. Pull as much of that as you can. It's not going to be normal for you to do that, but pull in as much as you can. So let's talk about some of the action items, some of the things that you can do in your life to help develop yourself. Don't compare or pass judgment on others' appearance. If you don't like the way somebody else is dressed, that's okay. Let them worry about how they dress. It's just don't compare, and don't look at them and say, well, they should be doing this, they should be doing that with their appearance. Don't worry about it. It'll serve you well to ignore that. You see the other's point of view without judging or comparing it to your own. Make sure that you try to take into account what other people thinking and what they see in life. Ask questions and dedicate at least half of your time to talking about others. You have a tendency to want to focus on what your ideas are and what you believe, and pulling your ideas into things, whereas you spend at least half your time. Make sure you make that a conscious effort to spend half your time talking about the other people, because you'll need that input. You need to put that into your mix, and it'll keep you from appearing shallow, especially when you're younger. Face your weaknesses. Understand that we all have weaknesses, but face them and come to terms with them, and look to shore them up, especially if in the area of information that you need you don't have, in the area of your again, the way that you are seen personally. Just make sure that you're taking care of those things and that you attend to them. Listen and let things soak in before you apply a judgment, and see a disagreement and criticism as an opportunity for growth. And also be aware of others who see things differently than you do on your own. And then be accountable. You have more control over yourself than others do, and over what other people think. You'll be disappointed with others if you expect too much of them. So don't build expectations based upon what your value system is. Look at the broader picture when you're dealing with the people. Assume the best, and when in doubt, ask questions. Ask to help understand the bigger issues. So this is your personality of INFP, the Idealist.